Good day, Lagos and Nigeria, and welcome to PlusTvAfrica's Teatime, where we give you the best vibes, have intellectual conversations, and of course, serve you our carefully brewed tea. My name is Weibo Priscilla, as you know, you can call me Prissy. With me here is Deborah and Prezi. How are you guys doing this morning?
Very fine. Good morning. How are you ladies doing as well? I don't know why did I always sit you close to this lady? Why?
Where should we put her response? Because we should
I don't know. Maybe outside or something.
Don't mind me, you love me, you can't do without me.
How are you guys doing?
I'm fine.
This one, are you guys are wearing black, white?
Like I said,
what's happening? Did I remember?
He can't do without me, so he just have to, tap into.
You guys should have told me. I should have worn like white. He's wearing black. I should have worn white.
Honestly.
For me, I just decided to just come up with something different today, though. I'm not warning anybody, but
They wanted to copy me.
yours is black and white now. So how did I
It's really
fit
very important. Well, let's leave it to Deborah to tell us the quote for today. We're putting you on the spot.
Okay, so the quote of today is simple.
Black is beautiful.
So my quote of today is diligence.
Oh.
We should be diligent in all that we do. We should never undermine or underestimate the value of being diligent. And what does being diligent mean? It means showing up on time, making your best, putting in your all. And yes, we took a topic yesterday on the Funke Akindele saga. Yes, the importance of hard work, stay original, stay grounded, which all sums up to diligence. Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Our teacher. Thank you.
We're also going to put Percy on the spot. For today.
I already did mine. I said black is beautiful. But yeah, I'm somebody who preaches, staying grateful, so to say. That everything might not be looking so good for you doesn't mean that you act like a problem. So you have to stay alive and just stay optimistic. That's basically what I would say.
Wonderful. They have left us with such enticing and motivating stories and quotes for the day. So without further ado, let's jump right into the trending video. But before that, we are telling you, our audience, to catch up on our previous episode and this very one on our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. So let's jump right into it with trending video number 1. I think that's something that every single person, as long as you've had a sibling or a cousin, you should be able to relate it to an extent. Because, back then while I was in school, this is something that I have experienced as the giving and as the one receiving. So when you are seeing the senior one or somebody or friend coming back with the goodie bag from the outing, like, oh yes. So
first of all, I want to say something. You really don't know the value of what you had until you've lost it. So this reminds me of the old Nigeria, the economic status of the old Nigeria. Because back then, you could go on dates and still have a lot of goodie bags to take home. But right now, in Nigeria today, you go on a date and you even take the remnant of your meal. If you didn't finish your meal, you couldn't eat much, then just told them that, okay, just let me pack it out, take it home. You are automatically an hungry girl. It is a red flag. That's not when you now tell the guy that, oh, sorry, I like to say get takeout for people at home. The men out there now are princesses. You can't do that anymore.
Oh my god.
In fact, a friend and I were still discussing about that. She was like, when you go out on dates, you don't even finish your meal. You're not to finish your meal. Where did we start that one? I'm going out on an empty stomach because I want to eat my art content. Not because I'm broke or something, but just because I want to enjoy the meal at the restaurant. I think that so that I won't look poor and broke to a certain guy that I might not even see after that date. I shouldn't finish my food. Now, how will you get that kind of guy that I want to take away home now? They'll be like, Almanjiri baby.
Almanjiri.
But truly, what she said is quite true. Things have changed, but I could actually attest to this one because shout out to my big sis out there because there are times when I'm I won't say hungry, but there are times when I probably don't want to eat a particular meal, and I just remember that today is Friday, and I know that most times after work during the week, I know my sister will likely do some outings, because she likes to like hang out and all of that. And so I just know that, okay, something at least, bad as it bad, there shall be something that will come back from her. And even just last few days ago, she actually did like a trip. And I just told her, oh, when you're coming back, just get me something, from that particular state. And she brought back some goodies and all of that. So shout out to her and shout out to other big sis as well who always bring back. Because only the big sis that bring something back that we allow inside the house. That's it. So.
And what do you do?
No, I'm also a baby. Forget that there are times when you just have to act like a baby. No,
yeah, don't be like him.
Well, everybody needs to enjoy once in a while.
I mean,
Nigeria today does not support.
Why you so everything Nigeria today?
Are you on the dating market? Are you in the dating market? Are you in the dating pool? If you are, you don't.
Why is everything related to dating?
Because that video typically said when your sister gets back from a date. That's included.
Well, a date can also be with friends.
But we all know that in that instance, that is not a friendship date.
Okay.
That is a man-woman getting to know each other date. And I'm telling you that the men out there that will allow you to take away. They are the real men. No?
Who said they are the real men? Who says so?
Because you can't try it anymore. You can't relate because you are not a lady. But when you get it, just ask your sister. That my sister, like, how is it like when girls go out? Even girls, just imagine I come out on a date with you, and I tell you that, I like to get take out from my younger ones at home. I know you might want to.
But that's you trying to do some generational, bargaining or whatever I call it.
No.
Why would you go out? Wait. Why would you go out?
And you
wait now. Wait, calm down. No. I don't care. My own. Wait a minute. Wait. You want to put me on that spot and I don't like it. So the idea is she went out and I told her, I don't know who she went out with. All I know is that she told me she went out. Okay. And I said, bring back something for me. Right?
But
and
she has gone out on dates and brought back some things for you.
No. Not that I know of. I don't like the other house for me here. I mean, having only me in this spot is not good, but it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, let's see what next training video has for us. Let's see if we can relate to it to such a large extent. Right. So, training video number 2. Something that some people have observed to an extent.
Yeah.
Back then, you are talking and then you think somebody is echoing, or rather, you think you are echoing, but somebody is actually mimicking you. So, let's see what Deborah has to say on this.
Honestly, that soundtrack just makes me remember the Onija Thompson, the lady that was in an online relationship with I think a 19-year-old, not sure about the age, in Iran, and she traveled to Iran to see the man in question. And the family of that boy rather, claimed that, we don't accept you as our son's wife. Like, the man is,
I think and
she became, I won't call it a nuisance, but she became a nuisance to the whole society. And that sound is actually from us. That just made me remember Onija because
oh my god. You know the funny thing? I did not get what you meant first when you said Onija Thompson until you actually explained it properly. And I remember that this lady actually traveled from US to Iran, then to Dubai before she got arrested because she
allegedly
turned to a nuisance at the end of the day because she kept on saying, I want a plot of land, I want this, I want that. I think the guy even ran away. Yes, respect to Allah, respect the law. Oh my god.
So a big one for her, but I totally get the fact that sometimes you're at home and you hear the talk back, especially when you're in your bathroom, having a long shower, and you just hear that voice and it's just you. You just edge yourself, but you think, oh my god, am I being followed? Yeah, why can I hear talk backs? And it's really just you. One of the disadvantages of living alone in a big house. But I mean, I will take that.
I'll take that away.
Yeah. You take luxury over your own peace of mind.
Now you start.
Please, peace of mind is very important. Do not neglect that.
Okay.
But let's see what training video number 3 has for us to talk about the video. Did you guys hear the audio?
I didn't want to think about
the audio because the video was distracting. I couldn't hear anything else.
Which one is Yoruba stew? Equal stew?
Yeah, I heard that.
What?
But I mean, this video is puzzling. You know, I'm trying to like even understand how did we get there? Because in my head, I'm like, okay, was there like maybe a window that the wire was like connected to the building or something?
Window.
Because I don't know. I'm trying to like connect. I mean, look at
how is the goat standing there? And besides, how did it leave or the plant
get there? Except it was the plant that attracted him to go there. You know, I don't know.
I think there were other plants or greens on the floor.
It's just a lot of puzzling.
This video is quite disturbing.
Let us make an allusion to the Bible where they said God provides for everyone.
Don't do this right
in
now,
the natural habitat. So even while there, God still provided meal. Though it might be his last meal, it's last meal, but God still provided. So for the gift of provision, we say thank you, Lord. Now, yesterday on the show, we had
about the funny thing I was going to bring that up.
There was an owl in the church, and they kept singing, like they were just singing one very sweet song, and the owl was just moving like this.
They were praying against the owl.
Against the owl, but they were singing, and the owl was just vibing to the song.
Wow.
And people were wondering, and we made reference to the fact that in Africa we are hyper spiritual.
Yeah.
That moment they thought that was a bad omen or an extraterrestrial, power or something. And seeing that goat on a live wire.
Now you tell me yesterday you said that hyper spiritual. Oh my God, she's not so hyper.
Maybe it's somebody's foremother or foreanimal, I don't know.
Why are you not natural about it? Why are you not natural about it today? Because yesterday we were like, oh no, it's natural. Why are we so?
But that goat is not electrocuted.
Okay, that's the thing, yeah.
What if the
I don't even think that's like
a
naked wire, right, so to say. It's just like a normal cable. And cables are not all cables are like electrocuting or something.
But as long as there's light passing through it, I think it should
not all wires like that. I don't even think this is like an electric kind of wire that one could get shot.
So what kind of wire can that be?
It could just be like a normal cable.
No, that's a line. Like that's.
No, it could be like a normal cable.
Video again.
It could be like a normal cable.
It doesn't seem like a normal cable.
No, it seems like a normal cable. Looking at the kind of wire.
I think at this point we have to interview the goat too.
But at this point, yeah, I feel like it is possible, right? But what you would question about the video is the fact that how it is able to even stand
there,
there is somehow, and how was it able to walk from wherever it's walked from to that particular point? It's questionable.
There's nothing anybody can tell me. That goat is a gym rat, a gym goat. That's had his Pilates, is well accustomed to it. So yeah. Take your moral of the lesson from that.
It's just a lot of puzzle.
Even an animal is balancing on those ropes. So this is your sign to eat the gym. So you can balance on the ropes of life.
And I will have said, is it possible that they have like this stuff that
stop overthinking it.
No, I'm just trying to
Yeah, they don't.
Well, anyway.
I'm loving this positive energy. But, let's see what trending video number 4 has for us. So let's hit it. Trending video number 4.
Babies, they're so cute.
They're so adorable.
Well, the good thing about the video is that the baby is trying to learn something. I mean, which is trying to put on his sauce, right? And it's not like a bad thing, so to say. Maybe he has seen his dad try to do something like that, and he's trying to learn. So it's something that we see with children, trying to learn what they've seen with, with their eyes.
Yeah, and if it doesn't go well, you hit it.
The mother is an African mother or African root. Not anybody can tell me that is Chukuka on that screen. That's Chukuka because he's one of us. In Africa, when you are not acting right, they just give you a little spank. Yep. So
So the spanking is what the
factory reset.
Correct, exactly.
Factory reset button. They just tap it, so that way you.
It's just a kid being a kid, actually.
That kid is imitating. That's the art of imitation.
That's something
imitating
that
what he has seen in his environment.
Which is known with children, actually.
This should serve as a lesson to all parents out there. Be careful of the kind of vibe you bring around the kid. Like for parents, okay, let me just give you guys a story. It made me remember one of our neighbors back then. The mother was giving us a gist, like we as youngsters, we should be careful what we do around kids. The mother smokes, the father smokes. So one day, that kid was just in nursery, maybe nursery 1 or 2, I can't really remember. Then, no, the kid in class, they were just, okay, tell us about your hobbies. And the kid just brought out a paper and was like, my mother, she likes to, my mother can. And
Oh my
the
God.
teacher had to call the mother, and the mother was so embarrassed, like, why would my kid say this? And yeah, that was the reason why the woman stopped. So yeah, I think we should be careful of what we do around kids, because these kids, they pick up habits,
exactly,
and they tend to
pick up things.
imitate what they've seen in their immediate environment, and not just immediate environment. So yeah.
So in other words, that child now has been seeing like people like hit one another,
Yeah, maybe the other ones, but I just spank the other one, like, do this right, and just,
Yeah, so he spanks
this
his own
leg.
feet too.
Let's not
Stay well.
let's not take it that deep, please.
So let's, we have
Okay.
entertaining, vibing stories for today. Let's see what it's, what we have for today, because the stories we have today are very, very controversial. They are all different and also quite similar at the same time. So today we'll be talking about, or rather, firstly, we'll be talking about Kiki. This Nigerian media personality, Kiki, she has urged women to take charge of their lives and dreams, stressing the importance of self-determination over relying on others. She also called for a mindset shift among women, stating that true changes must begin from within. You must not expect things to come from men. If anything, you must change it, and you must be able to provide for yourself. That's what she's saying. She's basically telling us that you can't expect things to come from men. It is from us. Like, the change begins from we women. We're not excluding men in this case, though, but the change needs to start from us women. So let's hear what you guys have to say on this case, because I think this entire scenario stemmed from the way she dressed, and somebody commenting on how mothers are not supposed to dress in a certain way. That, come on now, you're a mom, you shouldn't dress in that manner. So her response is, why should me being a mom, like me being married,
Limits
affect the way I dress? And honestly, I don't think that should affect the way a person should dress to a large scale.
I think,
But
okay.
it also has its buts, because at the end of the day, when you're married, when you have kids, there's a kind of way that you should not dress.
I mean, well said that women like to be very independent, which is something I also like. I like a woman being independent. That's the truth, right?
Red flag.
Wait now. Wait now. So the truth is, I mean, we are all human and we have different struggles, right? And so I understand what Kiki is saying. But coming down to the major bone of contention, which is her dressing, which resulted to all of this. I mean, as a married woman, you are expected to like have a way you package yourself, so to say, or somebody who has even given birth to a child, right? You would not want to nobody would really want to see you dress the way any other kind of person would dress, or a normal lady who has not even gotten married or even given birth to a child would dress, right? But I don't think it should limit the way you dress as a person. For instance, if you've given birth today, it shouldn't stop you from, or it's even a Nigerian thing, or let me even talk about our tribe, which is the Igbo tribe, right? You see a woman who has given birth today, and the next thing she's tying wrapper, or the next thing she's just going out just anyhow, right? Because she's pregnant or because she has given birth. But that shouldn't even stop you as a person from still packaging yourself well, right? And from what Kiki said, she has given birth to a child, but you can still see how well she looks most of the time, right? So this is just what I would say, actually.
So you see this topic, I have a lot to say about it, but let's start from the icing on top. So what she's trying to say right here is quite a very powerful, important message that I think every woman out there should take note of. Take charge. True change comes from within. You should not expect a man to change you, or I really think you should stay true to yourself. And this begs the question, you meet some women and you ask them that, oh, good morning, ma, what is your name? Then they start saying, my name is Mrs. or my name is Mommy. Yeah. Before Mrs. and before Mommy, who were you? Who are you without the marriage parameter, without the mother parameter? So I've gotten to realize that most women, after they get married, they lose themselves. They keep changing to fit the stereotypical perspective of what a marriage should entail. They lose a sight of themselves, they lose a sight of their dreams, they stop living for themselves, they start living for the family, they start living for their child. Now, let me explain this in simpler terms. So I have some friends. We were very good friends, closely knit friends, like gossip partners kind of friendship. The first one got married, the second one got married. Not, the time frame was quite close. And all of a sudden, they stopped talking to me and the other friends in the group. Just for me to hear sometimes that they said that, oh, them as married women, oh, they have no business being friends with single girls. And I'm like...
This is where you are right now.
And I'm like, hey, it is well. Justice for the single people.
It's really justice at this
Yeah,
point.
it did not make any sense to me because I think the African society, they've really brainwashed wives, they really brainwashed mothers, and they made them realize that their life stops, their life ends the moment they are married, the moment they start giving birth. And it is quite good to see women break down that boundary. Like, even without a marriage, I am me, I am Deborah. Yes, I am Mrs. Ajale Koko. I am the mother of Lagbaja. But even before and above that, I am Deborah. I really need women to take charge and not lose themselves in the name of marriage, in the name of motherhood.
But
Now, let's drive back to a video that I saw circulating on the internet about Kiki and the friendly banter between Kiki and Tony Abraham. It was quite friendly, but at the same time, it rubbed off on me a certain type of way. Like, not to throw shades, but everyone knows that Tony Imaku, her dress sense is one to,
Okay.
under the microscope. Like, sometimes she dresses ways that I'll be like, okay, what are we trying to do here? Like, I really don't get it, but fashion is, subjective.
Yeah.
So that might be what works well for her, but I think she used to dress better before she became a married woman. So Kiki was wearing a cut-out dress by the waist, not bad in my opinion, not super flattering, but not bad in my opinion. And Tony Abraham was like, married woman, mother of one. And I'm like, okay, because she's married, because she's the mother of one. And Tony Abraham in the question was putting on a boo-boo gown. So what I took out from that was that, are you actually expecting her to wear a boo-boo gown because she's a mother of one? Hey, okay. Yeah.
I think this is something that's...
So I was going to ask
that
a
happens,
question, right?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's something that actually happens like on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
Because you saying, like, narrating the story of how Kiki was wearing like a cut-out dress and then the other lady was wearing a boo-boo dress and it was like, oh, mother of one and stuff. I think this is something that we see even down to in the markets. I've seen like cases where these women are dressed in a certain way, not even open, not flashy, not anything. Like probably wearing jeans and probably even a little bit ripped. And then they're like, mother of this married woman. I get those kind of things. So I think all this kind of statement, they actually tend to make people, or rather women, mothers, start to draw back from dressing properly, dressing comfortably, because they want to suit a certain narrative that is already out there. Being, oh, I'm a mother, oh, I'm a wife, I cannot wear this that I'm comfortable with, oh, I rather wear this, let people not say. You get those kind of things. So those are things that at the end of the day, I think they actually affect the way people think, the way women think. They cannot act, they cannot stand, they cannot absorb themselves as they should. They are basically just there now because, oh, people will say this if I wear this. I beg, let me just wear this.
I get that. But Prezi, you're about to ask a question.
Okay, so you said something that actually struck me. Now, this even happens to me, right? You said something about how your friends that are married decided to withdraw from you being
Said they cannot be friends with single girls.
But unconsciously, you won't blame them. Do you know why?
Why?
Even me as a person, right? If, for instance, I mean, let's take, for instance, I'm single, right? And I have friends who just got married. You know, there's always this unconscious detachment from them. I don't know if it happens to you, but for me...
It does not happen to me.
But for me, it happens. And I feel like it happens to likely every other person out there. Do you know why?
Minus me.
Do you know why? No, I would say, do you know why? Because the things you guys would always discuss before, you can't discuss it again now that they are married.
I think it depends on your friendship circle. For me, I'm not one for meaningless business talks. You can't come and be my friend and all you talk about is man, boy. And I'll look at you like, don't you have a life?
But because of now that they are married, you would not have that time, so to say.
I think
to have
I don't think there's no
close-
excuse for all this, yeah.
It depends on how close you are with that person.
Let me
if
tell
you guys
you-
are actually really, really close, as you should be, like friends,
Prissy,
then I don't think you should really.
I've asked the
That's why I said
psychologist. Let me tell
unconsciously,
you.
you guys will be
Hold
patched, so to
on. No, now. No, let me tell you what happened. It's because they feel like they that are married, marriage is an achievement, and now they are a tier higher
Thank
than
you.
us.
This
So
is
we
what I
are
said.
not on the same level. So when you are married, come back and talk to me. I'll
oh my
reply
God.
you. But for now, we are not mates. Go for your mates.
So we have a very, very similar story to this Kiki's story.
Okay.
So a Nigerian woman has responded to people urging her to reconcile with her ex-husband by highlighting the stark difference in her appearance and demeanor while married compared to now. As a single woman, she shared a video contrasting her tired and sad look during her marriage with her current radiant appearance after leaving it. In a direct message to those advising reconciliation, she firmly stated that her refusal to return to a situation where she felt not favored, suggesting they advise their own relatives instead of asserting her own judgment in the matter. So this is a picture of how she was before, while being married, and how she is right now that she is not married. You can see, according to her, she feels more put together.
Which one is according to her? Can't you see it? She's looking like fire and tribulations.
Wait now.
According to her, she felt not herself then compared to now. Although the difference is quite clear, but then it also brings the question: now, is this not a mind game? Is this like you being married? I don't think you being married should actually affect the way you arrange yourself.
You know, we've never
No,
been
because we
married
just said it
before.
now while we're talking about Kiki. You being married should not affect the way you arrange yourself. Are you saying because you are married to a man, you cannot put yourself together?
So that's the problem.
I want to
It's
say
a
something,
mindset problem for different people. There are
is.
people who get married and don't change. Like things don't change about them. They still do that. They are still fashionable. They are still stylish and everything. So I think it's just a
So I
mindset
want
thing
to
for
say
different
something.
people.
I think this one, if evidence no day, we would have said otherwise, like it's a mindset thing. I would have agreed with you on the mindset thing. But evidence day, evidence boku.
That's why I'm saying it's a mindset.
Hold on. Let me say
I
what
will
I'm
still
saying.
answer. Yeah, okay.
We saw her before marriage, and we saw her
during marriage and after
we
marriage.
saw her during marriage and after marriage, and one constant is in the two. She is herself, like we can see her. And what is the difference between the two?
She's different though.
Hold on, like in the two, we can see
Yeah,
if
it's
that
hard.
is Mrs. Ungozi, that is Mrs. Ungozi in the two pictures. But what is the difference? One is with a man and one is without a man. So hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. What I want to note out, what I want to point out from that is that this is not really a mindset thing. See, Yorubas have one adage. I really don't know how to interpret it, but I'll say it in Yoruba. Aguntan to ba ba jarin, ajegbe. So that kind of reflects association, like the kind of association, the kind of company you keep can influence you either positively or negatively. Have you not seen? It's because this is a true life story. Like I've seen someone that this thing happened to firsthand, and thinking about it is even making me emotional. This is someone that before marriage, everyone knew she was like the belle. She was accomplished in her field, a bank manager, very rich. She has her own money. And after she got married, all of a sudden, she went incommunicado. Nobody heard from her. The whole family, friends, okay, is everything all right? Is everything all right? Is everything all right? Then first year went by, second year went by, third year went by, fourth year, she had a son. She lost it, God rest her soul. Had another child, a baby girl, quite strong and healthy. Had another child, miscarried. Then everyone kept judging from the sidelines. What happened to her? She became like 3-4 sizes big. Everyone said, what happened to her? Like, is this not the same person that we knew before married that was glowing and all that? Then when she came out to say her story, and when these people come out, they're like, oh God, when? God, please, oh. Hey, please, let's stop tapping into nonsense, so.
No, you don't understand.
Hold on, let me
Like,
go back to that story. Then we discovered that that man is quite narcissistic, puts her down, keeps saying mean things about her. She got a job where they relocated to, and this man told her to drop the job because she can't be earning more than him.
That's exactly my point. I'm saying that this is actually a mindset thing.
Okay.
If you go into a marriage, I've never been married, so I cannot say that. I cannot talk from experience. But from what I think is that if you go into a marriage with a particular mindset and go like, okay, my husband is going to control my this, or if he says this, then I will do this.
I don't think this is a
I'm not
mindset.
saying that you should not respect your partner, but I'm saying that
You should
also
stand
be able
ground.
to stand firm on your decision. Because you are married does not mean that you should
Thank you.
limit the
Thank
way
you
you
for saying
think,
that,
the way you
actually.
act, the way you do your things. I don't think marriage
I really
should
don't
be-
agree
Now,
with
I
that.
don't
I think
think
it's a mindset
No,
thing.
it's a mindset thing. I
Okay.
want to say, because why I said the mind, like what she just said now. If you are going into a marriage and you yourself don't have plan for yourself, like what you want to see as a standard for your own self, then somebody would easily influence or control you or change things
See,
about
when
you.
you say things like that, it comes off to me like you all are saying that women should be rigid. Like they should go into the hold on, please. That women should go into marriage with non-negotiables, like no matter what happens in this marriage, I don't want to lose sight of myself. But you people forgot that, hold on, you people are acting like you've forgotten, like women are really emotional creatures. And women can compromise and compromise till there are no more compromises to get. They are compromised to do.
So Deb, let's use you as a case study.
Don't use me, oh.
No, let's since you are the one trying to like have,
Okay.
contend with what we are saying, right? For instance, you want to get married now. I believe you want to have your own money, you want to have your own career, you want to have your own stuff that you
So
want
that's
to
my
do.
mindset in getting married.
Thank you. That is
Okay.
what you want for yourself. So if you don't have all of this planned out, it will easily be changed when you enter into marriage.
I really
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
think so. I
The
get
same
your
way-
point, Prezi.
The same way, if
Prezi,
you
I
are
get your
somebody
point.
who
dwell on this.
Please, hold on,
so
let's
much.
just chip something in.
Yeah.
I get his point, but you all are saying this like a human is a robot that once you program it, like you are going to do this.
No,
do
that
this
can't
can
happen.
change.
That can't
And-
But
happen.
3 years is happened. So no matter the mindset that you have, if you are not with someone that makes that mindset grow or appreciate your mindset, there will be a mindset shift and you would even lose sight of yourself. So the kind of company
I
you
agree
keep
with point, though,
without your mindset will reflect on the outcome of that mindset. If you have a mindset that you want to be successful in life and you move with unsuccessful people with no clear
why would you want
purpose
to
in
move
their
with
life.
somebody who is
Because sometimes even stones look like gold.
Wow. Okay.
If you notice that your gold is starting to look like stone, like get straight inside water and leave
It is not that
is.
easy, but let's just pray that most women out there in abusive or in relationship that has given them this mindset shift from good to ugly, that they have the strength to move on. Thank God that lady had the strength to move on. Do you think she does not have plans for herself?
I'm not
Do you think she likes herself the way she was
I'm not
looking?
saying that she likes herself the way she was looking. I'm not saying that I'm saying that during that marriage, I don't know how to put this.
Like she has the
but
power.
I'm saying exactly, she had the power to make herself look
And I am
better and more put
telling
together.
you.
I'm not saying it's easy. It's never going to be easy. Obviously, you could see how much she had already dropped weight. It's never going to be easy, but I think determination is something. Once there is a will, there's always a way. The fact that she got out of that marriage, that means she had a vision for herself.
Something. Thank you.
When there is a will, there is a way. That way will only occur when you are with people or when you keep coming.
But she had she made a way for herself.
Outside marriage, marriage was the way that was limiting her will.
Debbie, wait. You are tying your success.
Okay, you guys.
And it doesn't work.
No, I'm not trying this to just be an environment.
Let's go for a quick music break and we'll come back to finish this conversation. Hopefully our next story is going to be related to this.
Thank you.
But let's go for a quick music break and we will be right back.